I rarely use Goto though. I rarely did. I thought he was kind of a worthless floating sphere. So once we go to Nar Shaddaa, I think afterwards we go straight to Onderon. I like Onderon. It's actually a cool world to go to. There's a lot you get there. Lots of swag, man. Lots of Jedi swag. Because you're getting higher in the levels, right? So
you have returned from exile, though I do not know why. You were always difficult to read, when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you. But I can sense the death of others upon your hands. I know how this will end. But I will answer your questions, if only for some measure of peace. In exchange, I wish only the answer to one. Why have you done this to the Jedi? Was it revenge or something more?
what do you mean?
Whatever this threat is, it leaves echoes in the Force, wounds that do not heal. It is something we had never felt before, until you stood before us in judgment, and we exiled you.
So you blame me?
Yes. Whatever was killing the Jedi, it was something tied to you, something you had experienced, and had survived. Some of us sought to understand you, to find you. It seems we succeeded, even though we thought you were lost to us. Now, as we hoped, you have returned, and you know nothing that could help us. Such irony.
I had other questions.
What I can tell you, I will.
You need to know why you cast me out of the order.
We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer.
Well, no shit.
Nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid. It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know.
Head other.
Well.
The end of my trial, you and the other masters said something that happened to me. What was it?
Ah, so the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets. But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it. And although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say nothing.
And I know exactly what they plan on doing, too. If you let them live, they do something to you, but that's light side, so we're going to say, fuck you! Kill. Oh my god.
He is overconfident. Observe how he handles his lightsaber. He is using Ataru, an aggressive form, best suited for single opponents. He can easily defeated by encircling him and your companions, or by using blaster fire. Be wary of his power attack, however, as it is further enhanced using this form.
If you think to learn anything from my death, then you are wrong.
Your form is still formidable, old one, but your speed is sluggish, weak.
If battle is the only thing you yet learn from me, then that is the only victory this day. What are you waiting for?
Maybe see it first to mock it, then to see it, use it to kill you.
So, it is as Kavar feared. You have taken what you have learned of the Jedi and used that knowledge against us. Come, that form is still new to you. Let us see if you have the years to back it up.
Should I use it? Why not? Oh, whoops. Let's suck it. Oops, no, not stationary. Oh, won't let me take his shit. He doesn't have any, though. Anyway. Done deal. We're done here. We can leave this moon. Some of you may be happy, but whatever. And that asshole is still standing there doing nothing. What a lovely way to spend your time. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. I must get to Onderon. I guess it'd be Onderon. I could go to Kashyyyk, or not Kashyyyk. I could go to whatchamacallit first. What do you Korriban, but I'm gonna go to Onderon. You're supposed to go to Onderon first anyway. It's better to do it that way. Anyway. La da dee li dee dee. Wait a minute, where am I here? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter, but we'll do this way. It's faster. We'll get on, talk to some of my peoples, maybe train with Handmaiden a little more. And then we'll be off to Onderon, or Duxton. Actually, land on Duxton first. And I need somebody with good computer use and see what kind of equipment I can build for my lightsaber. Atton's got pretty good computer use, but I think someone else has better stuff. So much loading. I could probably take naps in between each loading screen. Then why don't you edit them out so we don't have to watch them? Well, you can always just skip ahead in the video. I say that all the time, but it's so simple, yet people miss the concept. I don't follow. It's funny, but that's how it is. Ow! Well, shut up. What do you know? Hello? No, see,
if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Yeah, it's annoying. Alright, Visas.
My life for yours.
Yeah. Questions?
I will answer.
There's your master behind it.
There are many
Hold on.
where one move.
I've already heard this, but I'm
believe-
trying to learn her special thing.
I will answer.
Tell me about
It is
it.
not a sub.
Already said this.
I've heard tales of Malachor, but do not mistake.
I've already heard all this. I'm just...
The planet was not destroyed.
How'd you
I am not
survive?
certain. To see
Already
ev-
saw this crap.
I imagine there are worse deaths. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet of Qatar. And my life, my agony, was a flicker in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected to had been severed.
You're the only survivor.
I still wonder what would have happened if I had died with the others. If perhaps there would have been some way to hide my presence from the galaxy. If only I had not felt that pain, that loss, as strongly as I did. But it could not be done. When the life was bled from the planet, and yet somehow I remained. My master came for me. He walked upon the surface of my dead world, and there, lying in the bodies of my race, he took me for his own. And he made me see. And for the first time I saw the galaxy. And I wished to die.
He made you see.
To this galaxy, my world, absent the currents and spectrums of the Force, was nothing but crude matter, rock, flesh, emptiness. He showed the flickering of life on other planets. The mass of beings that swarm through the empty places of the galaxy. To see such creatures, disconnected from themselves, their world, their place in it, unable to see the currents and how they affected everything around them.
And why did the master show you this?
He showed me to make me believe in his cause. He convinced me the galaxy, all life, must die. He fed upon its ugliness, its screaming, and in its place, he left silence. And where there was chaos, he brought stillness and order.
It would have taken several Republic cruisers to destroy the surface of Qatar.
It was not a thing done with me.
I heard this
For everyone
part.
that his power is great, and
Heard
those
this,
who feel
heard
the
this, heard this. Why did he
the
destroy it?
Jedi,
Heard
they
this.
succeed, and my
Heard
people
this.
die.
Heard this. Why'd they mean on
They hope
I
to-
already heard this.
He cannot. And now
Heard
that
this.
they hope to see that he cannot. And now
Damn
that
it.
the Jedi are. I will answer.
How do you find out? How do you get that thing, though?
I'm not familiar, but there are there are many where one moves. It is not. They believe you are the last of the Jedi. I will answer.
There isn't one here. I'm surprised. Usually there's a thing and you can learn her ability to see through the Force. Why is it still functioning? I want a remote. Okay. I don't need that yet. Yo, T3. I'll be able to find Goto's yacht. He's not gonna steal the codes? So who's transmitting the codes to Goto's yacht? The droids? Interesting. Never mind. I don't really want to talk to Hanhart because he's full of shit. Like, honestly, I never use hand hard all.
Yes? I think you are ready for the final tier I wish to teach. You have made much progress.
Yeah!
For this, you may use any melee weapon and any shields you possess, but nothing else. No Jedi saber, and no other items.
Shields, melee weapons, no lightsaber.
We shall begin this.
Alright, hold on. I'll just use hers. Like I said, I would just use hers. Come on, girl. Dude, she's pretty much done. Fucking toast. Think I need your shield?
Beatrice was correct about you. You know war, its motions and currents. There is nothing more I can teach you.
Maybe I could teach you some things.
I have already learned much of your styles and combat. There is no need to know more.
What's the problem?
Combat among the Ichani is a personal thing. Repeated duels are not what they are in other cultures, and I would rather that this not become more than it is. And I have taken an oath to Atris against studying from a Jedi, or anything of the Jedi teachings.
Why?
My father broke his oaths. He shamed us all. I do not wish to follow his path. I swore not to follow his path. If I were to follow a Jedi against Atris's wishes, then I would be betraying her for you.
Hold on, let's see. If I am lost in all I know, I can teach. All I can teach will be lost. I wish someone to know what I have learned. No betrayal in learning, and it's important to me that you know the Jedi, that you know who I was, who I am. And if you do not do what you want, then you betray yourself. I have fought beside you. You know me as well as you know Atris. What do you want? I'm gonna say there's no betrayal in learning.
This is a difficult thing for me to say, but I ask that you be silent as I tell you this. It is my desire to learn from you what you can teach me of battle. I have already learned much in our duels, but with every battle, I wish to know more of you. Your stance, your movements, I can sense shades of meaning and an echo of something I have yet to experience. Atris said that you were the only Jedi to have survived the Mandalorian Wars, that you had stared into the heart of war and only turned away because you were forced to. I do not believe her. I believe that you made a choice, as my father did, and that is important to me, more than you know. And you are important to me more than you know. I will accept whatever you wish to teach me, though it breaks my oath to Atris.
You've chosen your new master well. I have further instructions for you as we travel together.
I shall await that time. But until then, I will need time to reflect on this. It is different to voice something you feel, and I must grow accustomed to the wait.
We'll speak more later. So basically, okay, hold on. Get this back.
Yes?
You can put some clothes
I
on.
fail to understand the problem. I had heard the Corward systems had customs concerning modesty, but when training, such customs are not practical or efficient.
If you don't train while encumbered, you're crippling yourself.
I can see no fault in your reasoning. I do have bulkier clothes.
There, you got the
Will
Jedi
this do?
robes. Those look like Jedi
They
robes.
suffice for training purposes. They belong to my mother.
Who is she?
She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. These are her robes. I have not worn them since they came into my possession. They are the only thing of her that I possess.
Sometimes the best part of the Jedi is the robes. At least they serve a purpose.
I never knew her. There was no absence of presence when there was nothing there to begin with. I miss only that I never knew her at all, and what it was about her that caused my father to follow her to war. You may ask.
Do you have a name?
Before entry,
What was it?
it is not a...
She does tell you eventually. I'm gonna save. Because she actually has, there's a glitch. What? Like, hold on. I can't remember how many components it is. Let me see. Well, let me see if it'll actually let me do it. It's gone, that's why. Okay, well, I'll do it when I'm out there. But you can basically do a breakdown glitch where where you can get infinite breakdown things just from breaking down her robes and telling her to put clothes on. It's funny.
You are spending time with the servant of Atris.
So what?
I knew her mother. She was a Jedi Knight, a master, named Aaron Kai. Jedi are forbidden to have children, and when the crime finally came to light almost a decade later, Kai was exiled. She joined the Mandalorian Wars after the shame of her birth was revealed.
She served under Revan?
Revan welcomed her, and she was said to be a skilled warrior, beautiful and strong in the Force. The Force flows strongly in the blood of those born from Force sensitives. I doubt that Aaron was any different. If the servant of Atris is of her blood, then the potential lies within her. If you train her, if you teach her the ways of the Jedi, you will be asking her to break her oath to Atris. It would be best not to train her, and let the bloodline die with Telos.
You said teach her the ways of Jedi, curious wait, you said teach her the ways of the Jedi, curious choice of words.
Ah, that was an interesting choice of words indeed. She has sworn not to follow the path of the Jedi by her oath, but even that oath is limited.
What about the path of
One
the
does
Sith?
not need to be Jedi to learn the ways of the Force. I suspect it cares little for our codes and philosophies.
Are you proposing to teach her the ways of the Sith?
I propose nothing except what you choose to read into my words. But no, I would not advocate such teachings either.
She's
I
so
am only
neutral.
saying that she has sworn not to follow the teachings of the Jedi, and that is a curious distinction in her oath. But we were speaking of the servant of Atris. I would caution you to be careful of your interaction with her. She is not as tempered as you.
Shouldn't she know her heritage? How could I train her?
You must train yourself first. The time will reveal itself. Yet if you persist as you have, building her trust, then you will be training her, whether you know it or not, until the choice is hers, not yours.
Some questions for you.
Before you continue questioning me, I hope your thoughts in the matter concerning